This video will contain spoilers. Consider yourself warned. In Episode 7 of The Acolyte, we finally get a closer look at the tragic night on Brendok, a pivotal event that has loomed over the series since the beginning. The night when Mae and Osha's family were killed has been one of the show's most guarded secrets. The episode begins to unravel some of these mysteries, providing crucial context to the destruction of the Witches of Brendok 16 years before the series' main events. Brendok is not just any planet. It's a central piece of Mae and Osha's backstory. However, despite its significance, neither Mae nor Osha seem to know much about what truly happened that night. Back in Episode 3, when Brendok was first featured, we were left with many unanswered questions. Episode 7 addresses several of these, though it complicates things by altering some key aspects from Episode 3, leaving us with a somewhat muddled understanding of the tragic events. Still, grasping what happened on Brendok is crucial for the series finale. So let's dive deep into these dark events. First, let's talk about the Jedi's presence on Brendok. From the start, their being there seemed suspicious, hinting at a larger mystery. Episode 7 clarifies that the Jedi were on Brendok searching for a Force Vergence, a location where the Force naturally accumulates, allowing Force users to access extraordinary powers. These Vergences are rare and significant, and the Jedi Order often seeks to study them. So, the Jedi's reason for being on Brendok was legitimate and not part of some sinister plot. The discovery of the Witches of Brendok and their children, Mae and Osha, was purely coincidental. Sol happened upon them while searching for evidence of the Force Vergence. The Jedi were not hunting the Witches of Brendok. They were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Despite the accidental nature of finding the twins, Episode 7 doesn't entirely absolve Sol and the Jedi of their actions. Torbin and Sol's decision to return to retrieve the twins despite the Council's orders is a turning point. After encountering Mae and Osha and assessing their Force sensitivity, they returned to their camp. Master Indara consulted the Jedi High Council, which advised them to leave the Coven and the twins undisturbed. However, Torbin and Sol disobeyed these orders and went back to the compound. Sol was driven by his emotional attachment to Osha, while Torbin had more complex motivations. He desperately wanted to return to Coruscant and saw the twins as his ticket back. He believed that the blood samples showing Mae and Osha's creation with the help of Brendok's Force Vergence were proof enough. Mae starting the fire to prevent Osha from leaving is a significant plot point. While Mae did start the fire, Episode 7 reveals it was an accident, not a deliberate act to harm her sister. This episode also adds a new layer to the night by showing that the Jedi were more responsible for the witches' deaths than initially thought. Sol's hasty decision to kill Mother Anasia with his lightsaber sparked a battle between the witches and the Jedi. The witches used their magic to possess Kelnaka, forcing him to fight his fellow Jedi. Indara managed to free Kelnaka, but this act either knocked out or killed the remaining witches. Sol's choice to save Osha over Mae is a heartbreaking moment. With the building collapsing and the platforms falling, Sol tried to hold both twins up with the Force but found it too difficult. He chose to save Osha, believing Mae would die. After this decision, Sol took Osha back to the ship, and the Jedi left Brendok for Coruscant. Sol's deep remorse for his actions and his desire to confess to the High Council is evident, but Indara convinces him to tell a version of the truth that omits their responsibility to protect Osha's dream of becoming a Jedi. Now, with the truth about Brendok revealed, the potential fallout is unpredictable. It seems Sol shared his version of events with Mae, as she was still imprisoned on the ship in Episode 6. This means Osha remains unaware of how her family died, setting up a dramatic confrontation with Sol. The truth about Brendok is volatile, and only Episode 8 will reveal its full impact. It seems unlikely that any good will come from it. What do you think will happen next? Will Osha discover the truth? How will Sol's decisions impact the rest of the series? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth analyses of The Acolyte.